Well, this is a story getting a lot of attention on our website right now. New tonight, a Maryland mother and daughter were arrested after the family's grandmother was found dead in the basement of a Landover home. And police say they responded to a welfare check on 71-year-old Margaret Craig at a home on Hill Road yesterday. An unidentified caller told officers they had not heard from Craig for several days. An investigation found Craig's daughter allegedly killed her on May 23rd, and her 19-year-old granddaughter helped hide the remains. A motive is still unclear.
Well, we have new details this afternoon about a gruesome murder in Prince George's County. A woman allegedly killed and dismembered by her daughter and granddaughter. It's a case that is stopping everyone in their tracks, and as Lex Juarez explains, it's posing a challenge for investigators, too.
Well, the details get more and more disturbing. Police believe that the murder happened on May 23rd, that following weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Neighbors tell me that they saw Craig and Hardy prepping this grill with charcoal and lighter fluid. Those neighbors were headed out of town for the holiday weekend and assumed the family was having a cookout. According to court documents obtained by WTOP, it was 71-year-old Margaret Craig's dismembered body that was put on the grill that day. Her 44-year-old daughter, Candace Craig, and 19-year-old granddaughter, Celia Hardy, were trying to hide her murder. Investigators believe Candace Craig killed Margaret Craig by herself, and that Hardy later joined her in dismembering Craig at her home in Landover and storing the decomposing remains in the basement. Police visited the home last Friday for a welfare check on Craig, nearly 2 weeks after the alleged murder. When her daughter Candace let them in, they quickly smelled and found the remains in the basement. This horrific attempt at hiding the remains poses a challenge for the medical examiner, who has yet to confirm the cause of death or that the remains are Margaret Craig.
But in this case, which is unlike any case I have ever seen or experienced here in the county, I mean, to say it's disturbing is an understatement. It's horrifying.
Well, Candace Craig is charged with first-degree murder. Her daughter, Celia Hardy, is facing an accessory charge for assisting in the dismemberment. Well, both Craig and Hardy are being held without bond. The next court date set for the preliminary hearing is July 3rd. In Landover, Lex Juarez.
And daughter accused of killing their grandmother remain in jail. It's a gruesome story, one our Katie Barlow heard in court today. She's in Landover with the details.
This house behind me on Hill Road in Hyattsville, Maryland, is where 44-year-old Candace Craig is accused of murdering her mother and then recruiting her daughter, Celia Hardy, to help her dismember the body and burn it. Candace Craig is facing first-degree murder charges, while her daughter is facing charges for being an accessory after the fact. Today, a judge in Prince George's County said both women must remain behind bars for now. They're a threat to the safety of the community.
So just the thought of people who are in your lineage, people who are supposed to be carrying on your legacy, being a part of your demise is almost unbelievable.
The assistant state's attorney said that this is one of the worst murders she has seen during her time in office. Police say they were called for a welfare check by a witness who speaks regularly to 71-year-old Margaret Craig and said they hadn't heard from her in days. Police searched the house and say they found human remains on trash bags, along with blood splatter in the basement and more human remains on a chainsaw. Prosecutors say the two women dismembered the body, then tried to burn it on a grill behind the house.
Something was kind of suspicious because Memorial Day, they had their grill further down from the house, from the house. Usually have their barbecues close to the house. That kind of got suspicious. I didn't see nobody at the grill, nobody bringing anything out to the grill, so I didn't pay much more attention to it.
They had one of those barrel type grills.
Yes.
And they had the charcoal sitting beside, and then they had like a little table with the umbrellas.
The grandmother is still technically a missing persons case. The DNA that was collected here at the crime scene is being analyzed as we speak, and the two women are set for their next court date in July in Prince George's County.